Hello, it's Chris. And today, just before New Year's, I'm going to show you how, how easy it is to remove the bearing and hub from the steering knuckle of a 23-year-old Ford Windstar. Oh, piece of cake. Brake caliper, caliper bracket, tie rod, the bearing itself, the control arm pivots where they attach to the frame, from underneath where it goes into the ball joint. Oh, it's so easy. It's all finger tight. So I hope you enjoy seeing how this has all been reduced down to such an easy process. Let us begin. I know it's a crappy job because I did it 5 years ago on the other side. Now, anything that has the word knuckle in it, you have to work on it, can't be pleasant. But let's dig into this. I'm going to reduce this down and make it look like the simplest thing in the world. What you're going to do is we're going to start with about 4 feet of pipe. I call this the enforcer, a cheater bar, whatever you want. A 30mm socket, deep well preferably, and this is a 1/2 inch drive. I would suggest if you have a 3/4 inch equivalent to this, use that. Because what we're going to do is pull this, start by taking off this big hub nut that holds the spline shaft of the half shaft, the CV joint, I guess you call it, the constant velocity joint on there. We're going to pull that off. Put this on here, and then we're going to put this big piece of pipe on here, and then you put all your weight into it. I would soak this down with some liquid wrench or PB Blaster, and you crank the thing forward. Oh, look at that. It's so nice and easy now. All right. Next thing you're going to do, what you have to do is you do to get at the back of this thing. I'll show you in a second. What you're going to do is next take off the brake caliper. Two bolts, 1, 2, right in the back. Take those out, comes right off. All right, so now you take the pads out of the way, no problem. Very simple, piece of cake. 2 bolts here. You're going to remove this. This is the mounting bracket that holds the caliper on. So let's see. Oh, look at that. It comes off with your fingers. It's amazing. Take that out of the way. Rotor has to come off because you're going to be banging the heck out of this thing from the back with a hammer. You don't want to damage the rotor. There's one. There's the other one. Oh, it's so simple. I can't believe they charge so much money to do this in the garage. Oh, look at that. The rotor comes right off. Amazing. Okay, so we put that right here. Now that this is all exposed, you're going to take your trusty 5-pound mallet. Where's my 5-pound mallet? You're going to tap this out, but it's not going to go anywhere until you remove the tie rod end here. So this is the tie rod end. Big bolt on the bottom. Comes right off. Then you're going to take your trusty, I call it a pickle fork. You're going to put that right in there. You're going to pop that right out. Piece of cake, so easy. So now you've got some freeway. However, you still have the control arm here and here. And this is attached with a pinch bolt on the bottom. That's never going to come out. What I'm going to do is line that up. There's a bolt right here. Comes right out. And there's one over here that's threaded through. Right here. 21mm nut comes off. And the shaft And the bolt in the back. Just slide that right out. Keep them together so they don't get lost. And now we're going to back this up a little bit. And I'll show you how this all comes out. So this is all going to slide right out of here. And there you go. There's your control arm removed from its mounting unit here. One there and right here. So with that all said and done, this can kind of move around. What you want to do is gently tap this spline shaft free. You don't want to take it, you don't want to hit right against the shaft because you don't want to damage the threads, but you'll feel this thing sliding out. And now this comes right off and the shaft comes right out of here. And now you have all kinds of play. Now, there are 3 bolts that you can access from, you have to access from the back. And they line up with right here, and on the other side. You'll see them. The only 3 bolts sticking out of there. I think they're like a 16 millimeter perhaps. But you have to get this out of the way to access it from the back. That's the only way you're going to be able to get at them. You unscrew those things, and that's what you have to do. And then after that, about 1,000 whacks with the hammer and the red cherry hot heat, you'll be able to knock this right out of there. And what we're going to do is take your trusty map gas, and we're going to heat the heck out of this thing. Trust me, we're going to do this until it's really hot. Starting to go. Push that crappy bearing right out of here. Map gas. Good stuff. Stinker. $200 whacks with a 5-pound mallet. Half a tank of map gas. It's out. Clean it up, put the new one in. So, wasn't that simple? Now it's just all in reverse. Now we clean this out with a wire brush. It'll be all shiny and new. Everything pushes back in, intuitively, obviously, back together. Screw it all together, torque it down. Find the specs someplace else. This is a short video, so that's it. That's just how I did it, and I made, it's a simple job, isn't it? Nothing to it. All right, everybody, Happy New Year. Thank you for watching, and I hope you share my misery as much as I enjoy this misery myself. Cheers.